today we have the founder of Outreach along with us, Ma'am Nikita Agarwal.
Telling more about myself, I'm Nikita Agarwal. I'm not sure how many of you know that I'm behind the scenes of Outreach Network and all that, but officially I'm here after 5 episodes, 5 full-fledged 5 episodes. But yeah, let's talk more what exactly is Outreach Network about. I've been getting these questions a lot, so let's see.
So, student entrepreneurship actually is
Yeah.
what Nikita ma'am's vision of starting Outreach was,
Yeah.
and let's try to understand and delve deep into the network where we actually coincide with each other, right? And so Nikita ma'am, why did you come up with, like, I have 3 questions, like why, when, and how?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So why? What was the need for start Outreach Network, and why do you think it was important at the time when you
Yeah.
started it?
Yeah.
And how did you come up with the idea? Was it you like going to bed at 10 p.m. at night and thinking about how I can contribute to the world? And when was it? Was it when you were in college or was it after college?
Okay. So you have a lot of questions actually.
Yeah.
So you need to little calm down.
Yeah.
I've been put on spotlight here. I'll start actually. This is a story, so I think that story will cover everything, like what, when, and how. So I was in second year of college, and this is during the COVID time. So what happened was, even during my 11th and 12th, after I came out of my school, when anyone used to ask me that what is your aspiration, what do you want to become in future, what I used to tell them was entrepreneur. I didn't know anything. So on my LinkedIn, on my Instagram, on my WhatsApp, everything there was aspiring entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur. People used to say, okay, you're an aspiring entrepreneur, but what are you trying to do, right? What are you doing to become an entrepreneur, right? So I always had in my mind that if I get any idea, I will full-fledgedly work on it. So in my second year, it was COVID time. All of us were online, and like my friends, I had a group of friends, so it was 6 of us. And then I thought, okay, my friends are really good at editing. My friends are really good at Canva, and we have good network in terms of knowing CEOs and all that, right? So what we did was, I just called my friend. I'm like, let's start a content page. What we'll do is we'll interview CEOs who started their business recently, or a small business owners as well. The two objective behind that was, we'll promote them, we'll market them, that will help themselves as well, and we'll create a good content. So it came with a simple, pure idea to create content. So I never had an idea that, okay, I'll make it a community, I'll make it a student entrepreneurship community, or launch programs, skill set, all that. That came out with the journey, okay? So during that time, I just called, and like we started, like everyone, I really appreciate my friends, like they supported me throughout, and like they told me, okay, this is a really great idea, let's start working.
Being a college student myself, I've always thought that what can I do to contribute to this country as a whole? What can I do to help the students out there? What can I do to help the people out there, right?
Yes.
And just like sometimes you're short of an idea,
Yes.
or sometimes you just don't know where to begin,
Yes.
right? So I guess student entrepreneurship, and one more thing that matters a lot: how do I manage going to college at 9 a.m. at 9 a.m. in the morning, coming back at 4 p.m., right?
Exactly.
And afterwards going ahead doing my club work, college work, etc. Sometimes like I come to my flat at like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. at night, and it's just so hectic,
Yeah.
Then despite everything,
Yeah.
how do I come up with this? How do I wake up at 7:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
come back home at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
and also work on a project?
Yeah.
And since you were a Christite like myself,
Yeah.
right? And you also had this idea of it was the same for you, right? You were doing your CIAs, you had your club work. How were you managing outreach all along? Can you give me some insight on that?
Yeah. I'll definitely.
How were you managing your time basically? I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
yes. I'll definitely tell you how did I manage, but first of all, I would like to appreciate you as well. You're currently studying in Christ and simultaneously working with me to
Thank you
make
so
this
much.
happen, like a bigger part, and like hosting this all together. So you just came from college, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So you are yourself managing. So you're yourself doing a very great job.
Thank you so
So
much.
on that, about myself, so how I used to manage, right? I feel if you're passionate, right, you won't feel it as a work. So even now, I'm working in Stripe as a operations associate. I have a 9 to 5. That's way more hectic than being in college, right?
True.
So I manage it with that because I'm very passionate and I love the idea to work with. Like, how am I sitting with you all, and how am I, like, just you asking me questions, me interacting with students. This is the best part of my day. Trust me. I never feel like it's hectic for me or it's tiring. It's very exhausting for me because this is something I love to do, right? But few things I also observed, like based on your question, that one of the challenges student entrepreneurs face is time management. Time management. We are also running a survey now. We are slowly going to come to a newsletter. My team is like, our outreach team is working on coming up with research, survey, and developing a newsletter. So what is that based on? On identifying challenges that student entrepreneurs face. So eventually in outreach network, what is going to happen is, we'll try to cater to students, student entrepreneurs, and their problems that they face, right? So we'll try to launch services, budget friendly services that they would like to use. So currently I'm in that ideation stage of the survey. I want to reach out to as many as student entrepreneurs possible. I already started the outreach.
So like, can you tell me some ways that you are marketing outreach overall?
Correct.
And is there, and apart from the newsletter, is there something else that outreach is ideating on as of now?
Yeah. Actually, definitely, I want to talk about it because we spoke a lot about student entrepreneurship. Okay, this concept, right? You want to actually know what do we do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And there have been people calling me, okay, I see you posting a lot about it. I see your interns posting a lot about it. But what exactly is outreach network, right?
Exactly.
I want to make it as India's first ever student entrepreneurship community. We have currently 2 segments in it. One is podcast, that like I'm currently part of that podcast. I usually call student entrepreneurs and we host them. There are two aspects of this, right? Why do I do this? I don't have a lot of followers, I don't have a lot of subscribers. So how do that help the student entrepreneurs, right? First of all, according to me, that confidence boost is like anything. Like if you get that push from anyone, right? Ki you're doing great and whatever you're doing is good. I think that's more than enough for a starter. So when I call student entrepreneurs, they feel very glad ki okay, I'm part of a podcast series. They're asking me about my entrepreneurial journey. They're just not asking me about my college and all that, right? So there's some scope in it. So that idea also, if this emerge into their mind, right, that's more than enough. Second is, I've registered it under a MSME Udyam. So I have it as license, so I provide them certificate that they can use. Third thing is obviously marketing, that I'm going to reach there slowly. So I if they have any great idea, I reach out to audience, like if they can help in their business. For example, Walnut Bros, and then there was a Campus Bench, and there was intern.io, right? That got huge love from the audience ki there's something, like if I can help them in any way, I think that's more than enough for me. So that's one thing.
Nice.
That's about Outreach Unplugged. This outreach program, that is a very different segment. In outreach program, what we do is we reach out to tier 2, tier 3 colleges, and we provide them a upskilling program, right? So what I feel is that in tier 2, tier 3 colleges, right? Where are you based from, by the way?
I am from Rishikesh, but I was in a boarding school in Dehradun, so yeah.
Oh, you are in Dehradun, yeah. So I'm not sure if you know that pain points that well, but basically people who are from tier 2, right? They have a lot of passion.
Okay.
But till the time they come to metro cities and all that in a big
That is actually true, yeah.
Yeah, so by the time they realize it's too late, right? So I think there are some skill set and there is some awareness that they need to know in their PU college, that is 11th and 12th. So I try to reach out to colleges. I provide them upskilling program on like student entrepreneurship, on innovation and design thinking, LinkedIn and networking, social media marketing and all that. You would definitely get this information slowly on our surprise element. But yeah, so this is one segment. So these are 2 things. I also have amazing team with me of my amazing interns that help me throughout. One is Devyansh, then there's Arpit, then there's Ambrish, then there's Sameer, Souvik, Mika, Shreya. I don't want to miss out on anyone, Riddhi, right? So they work with me throughout to make this happen. So that's the part. That's what we do at Outreach Network.
Glad to be a part of the team, ma'am. So, ma'am, my next question is regarding the company, right? So, when we talk about Outreach Network as a whole, you know that most of our viewers are either college students of this podcast and are mainly business students, right? So, whenever we listen to a new podcast or we listen to a founder talking about, we want to listen to that B plan of how it is happening, where the profits coming from, where everything coming, what is the revenue system like, right? And since you were a Christ, right, you must know that we have a concept of business festing, right? And where we have to do all of this, and it somewhat intrigues me a lot. So if you are comfortable and if we can talk about it,
you don't have to make it round and round. You can just directly ask me how much are you earning through this, right?
No, I'm not asking you how much are you earning to this, but what I want to know is that what is the B plan for all of this? Like,
what do you mean by B plan first?
B plan is basically a business plan for me, in which you talk about the basic revenue streams, right, and where the cost going, and overall the profits that is involved in a network based company, because this company as a whole is providing services to the clients in the form of mentorship programs. But are there any other revenue streams, or this is just revenue streams? This is something that we can maybe talk about.
Yeah, sure. So about the revenue stream and entire B model for this, we are at a very starter stage, right? So
True.
it came out of a very good intention and social objective. So I never thought that okay, I wanna earn through this, right? So I already have my job for all that, serving that purpose. But
True.
definitely I wanna work full time in this
Yeah.
eventually. So I
Eventually,
need to think
yes,
about
you
that
need
as
to
well.
think about that.
Yeah. So I'm definitely doing that right now. But if you ask me how did that entire idea came, I never thought about any kind of profits, or like it came with a very good social objective. But now what I'm planning is, so when I integrate with these colleges, right, this is definitely charged program. We charge students for this program. This 3 months program.
Okay.
You may get these details on our brochure or our website and all that. But so this is one thing. Apart from this, we are trying to make it a very good agency. That's where the newsletter and survey comes into picture. Right?
Alright.
We wanna only cater to student entrepreneurs, right? So what I mean by actually student entrepreneurs, what do you mean by student entrepreneurs, by the way?
For me, a student entrepreneur is anyone who is working on an idea of his or her own,
Yeah.
while simultaneously doing working in college, basically while studying in college or working maybe,
Yeah.
right? So any person who already has prior commitment and also inclined towards the idea of
Passion.
their own, are somewhat working towards
Yeah.
that, I think for me that is a student
Correct.
entrepreneur.
So I think a few major points, like I can say strengths that student entrepreneurs has is risk-taking capability, right? They can take risks. There's nothing to lose for them, right?
True.
They still have their entire journey to take in whatever field
True.
they chose, right? So they can take as much as risk possible. If it fails, it fails, right? Second is I think one more aspect of this is learning curve, right? So they all are into that learning model right now. So even if I fail, I'll just learn through it. There won't be any loss for me, right? So this thing I cater. So what I want to slowly build, I won't divert from your question. I'll definitely answer that one. So I'm trying to build that services for the student entrepreneurs if they're in college, right? They don't have a lot of funds, they don't have a lot of knowledge, awareness, mentorship, and whatnot. I wanna cater to that challenges and pain points, and if I can launch some services eventually, that could be anything: outsourcing services, consulting services. I've never thought about it as of now, but this will slowly come into picture. But yeah, I do have plan with.
So you believe that outreach network as a whole can move into outreach consultancy overall?
I won't say it yet.
Not yet, but maybe we can, if we
can.
look at it from a very future
Correct.
perspective.
Correct.
And if your interns go
Yes.
ahead and stay and
Yeah.
we build this company together,
Yeah.
you think that we can build
We can
it.
build that.
We can build that.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things coming on the way. Like there's one more aspect on the podcast. I'm trying to bring I'm trying to have a panel discussion more, sort of, not just interviewing student entrepreneurs or having discussion. I'm trying to call industrial experts, and if I can call some student entrepreneurs, and we can be moderator, the outreach team. And if they want to ask something specifically to the industrial expert, if industrial expert want to just interview that student entrepreneur, or they just want to talk about some specific topic, right? That
I think we are the people that bring them together.
Right?
Exactly.
So that could be one of the segment that will slowly launch, and that could help us build this model as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Alright, so my next question to you would be, how has your life been before outreach, right?
Yeah.
So basically let's just get to know our founder as a person and what she actually was as a person before the whole outreach thing.
I love this question.
Outreach thing happened to
I'm
her.
very self-obsessed. I love to talk about myself.
And you're just like me for real. Then, alright, so now that we have two people like this sitting together, maybe we can talk about this.
Yeah.
So, what was your life before outreach?
Yeah.
And how was your life back at home? And how did Christ University come into picture?
Okay.
If we can get to more.
Yes,
know about
definitely.
that.
So I think I'm totally inspired by my mother. So we are 4 sisters. So full women empowerment, and my mom pushes us too much into all this. And so I would definitely like to give her the kudos, and she's the one to inspire me throughout this journey. Not to flex, but I was a state ranker in my 12th board. So I used to be properly into studies, like books and all that. After I joined Christ, I realized, okay, I need to focus on other stuff as well. This is how entrepreneurs doesn't come into picture or into society, right? So doesn't mean I never focused on Christ studies. I scored a good GPA there as well. So talking about how my life was before outreach, I think I used to spend a lot of time in studies, and I used to figure out okay, what do I want to do. But obviously that was clear I want to be an entrepreneur. So that was very much clear for me before outreach as well. Anything at all, but I will be an entrepreneur. I want to start something of my own. That's all. And after I started working on outreach, there were times when I used to be little demotivated because I thought in college I never got that opportunity to build outreach that much because obviously my friends were busy in their own career path and
I guess you too were busy in your own
exactly
career path because
exactly. But for me, I think this was priority, right? So I used to take out time, but I can't expect everyone to take out time as me, right?
True.
Yeah. So things like sometimes I used to just get disappointed. So actually, one more thing I want to mention, ki I thought I'll make outreach as a college club, like as a Christ club.
Being a part of outreach is your work-life balance.
Exactly. So for me, work is my job and my life is my outreach. Right. So a lot of people actually ask me, I'm like, isn't it too much for you? Like on weekends you'll work on outreach and like weekdays you'll work on your job and like how do you manage all this? Don't you feel like going for parties and like going around and all?
Exactly.
It's not like I don't never do it. I balance that out as well. I go for parties, like not parties exactly, but I do hang out with my friends and all that.
I think ma'am has 36 hours in a day, guys.
But I think
we are level 24.
You have potential to become student entrepreneur, then you will also have 36 hours. If you have that
True.
love and passion for an idea, you will definitely have that 36 hours with you. So yeah, just have that curiosity, consistency, and like networking. That will help you a lot to become an student entrepreneur. Yeah.
Alright, maybe let's delve a bit into this into the Christ era because I think most of our viewers are from Christ Beach. Let's just talk about a surprise feature that I think we at Outreach Network were waiting for a very long time, and that was the whole purpose of this podcast. So should we?
We should.
Alright, so Nikita ma'am, would you like to announce it?
Yes. So Outreach Network is all set with its website now. We were active on our social media pages, but I think it's the right time to launch our website. All our services, all the mission, vision, and what exactly is Outreach Network, our podcast, our outreach program, everything is listed there. Please do check out, and the website name is like outreachnetwork.in. So we'll also put it in our description. So please do check out.
Getting the domain name was difficult, guys. Trust me. Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I guess that does mark the end of our episode. Episode 6 of the Outreach Network. We'll see you again very soon with Arpit Yadav coming along with us, me, and hopefully Nikita ma'am in the next episode if she continues to like our podcast and if she's happy with this. And thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you.